make out what actually present tense is. So I've got some examples for you, right? Some examples for of present tense are that Akshat wants to sing. Okay, it's an example of present tense. Prachi writes letters, habitual work. Shrikant is coming to a place, future use of a present tense. Renuka has given the book to Neha, telling the state is in with whom. Okay, I'm going to college, indicating that the person is going to a particular place, going to college. That means that is a progressive nature in which the person has left his or her place and is moving towards the college. That is why we are saying I'm going to college. I haven't reached. Past past tense describes an action that has already happened. Means something that has happened earlier in the past, right? Maybe earlier in the day or earlier in the week, earlier in the month, earlier in the year, like that. Some event that has already taken place. Okay, or a state that previously existed. Some examples of past tense to understand better that Nikhil attended the program. In most cases, when you add an ed in the end of a particular word, you immediately convert it into a past, right? Most cases, by adding an ed in the end to the verbs, they are converted into the past tense, right? So Nikhil attended the program. Amit performed in the show. Prachi was practicing on tennis court. I was waiting for my friends. Okay, some examples of past tense. Now comes the third part, that is the future tense. Future, everything is in correspondence to the present, right? So future tense is what that describes the time that will come after the present. All right. Some examples of future tense. I will give a speech in the program. I will give. That means I will. That will happen in the future. Robert will be going to the varsity. Robert will be going to the varsity. He will be going. He's not gone yet, but he will be going. That means that's a future thing that I'm telling you. Tom will have reached his place now. I will be singing modern songs in the program. I will help you to do the project. So these are some examples of future tense. I think they are very self-explanatory. I don't will not spend much time on explaining these words because we have a much more important topic to cover. Okay, and what the topic is will stand from this particular table. See, we have got tenses over here. Tenses indicate time, right? It's a verb-based method that is used to indicate time with the time of speaking, right? And we have got three tenses in that. First being the present, second being the past, and the third being the future. Right? So this way you got three tenses, and then you got another forms of tenses, which is the present indefinite tense. We can call it as a simple tense. Then we got present continuous tense. Then we have got present perfect tense. Then we have got present perfect continuous. Similarly, we have got for past and for future as well for the same lines: indefinite or simple, continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous. All right. And today's session will be focused on the continuous part of tense. कंटिन्यूस क्या होता है? कंटिन्यूस मींस कंटिन्यूटी जो हो रहा है, मतलब हो रहा है का क्या हुआ कि वो प्रोसेस अभी खत्म नहीं हुआ है, वो प्रोसेस चल रहा है, राइट? और इसका ग्रामेटिकल डेफिनेशन समझेंगे तो ऐसा होगा: continuous tense in present context is used to show that something is happening now, right? मतलब अभी हो रहा है. And it can also be used to show that something is not happening now. अब ये दो चीजें बड़ी कॉन्ट्राडिक्टरी हो गई, अभी हो रहा है और कुछ अभी नहीं हो रहा, दोनों बार ऐसा कैसे हो सकता सर? तो उसको भी समझते हैं यहाँ पर कि कैसे इसको यूज करेंगे. ठीक है, जैसे आई एम स्टडीइंग टू बिकम अ डॉक्टर. हैव आई बिकम अ डॉक्टर येट? नो, मैं भी डॉक्टर नहीं बना, बट आई एम स्टडीइंग टू बिकम अ डॉक्टर. ठीक है, दे आर ईटिंग पिज्जा. दे आर ईटिंग. मोस्ट केसेस में क्या होता है, हम उनके एंड में आईएनजी जोड़ते हैं तो वो कंटिन्यूटी शो करता है. ठीक है, तो उस तरीके से आपका कंटिन्यूअस पार्ट बनता है, जैसे ये प्रेजेंट कंटिन्यूअस का था. अब प्रेजेंट कंटिन्यूअस हम कहाँ कहाँ यूज करते हैं? अनफिनिश्ड एक्शंस, टेम्पररी सिचुएशंस, टेम्पररी हैबिट्स और डेफिनिट फ्यूचर प्लान्स. ठीक है, अनफिनिश्ड एक्शन क्या होते हैं? Unfinished actions are those actions that are happening at the time of speaking. So if they're happening at the time of speaking, that means they are not finished yet. And these kind of actions generally last not for a very big time, very short period of time. Like we have a 1 hour class, like as of currently we are having a 1 hour class. That's a 60-minute class. So ऐसा है. प्लस वो एक्शंस अभी खत्म नहीं हुए होते हैं, खत्म नहीं हुए होते हैं, ठीक है ना. मतलब वो दे आर इन द प्रोसेस ऑफ कंप्लीशन, मतलब प्रोग्रेशन में है, ठीक है. जैसे कि वी आर डिस्कसिंग अबाउट टेंसेस एट द मोमेंट, दैट मींस वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट टेंसेस एट द मोमेंट. वी हैवंट कंप्लीटेड आवर सेशन. इट इज ऑनगोइंग, इट इज प्रोग्रेसिव इन नेचर, प्रोग्रेशन, right? Temporary situations wherein something is not happening at the time of speaking, like for example, I have a book which I'm reading. It's a really wonderful book which I'm reading. But am I reading right now? No, I'm not. Because that's a temporary situation that will get over the moment I have completely read the book. Right? So this particular situation is used, to indicate that situations are happening or not happening at this point in time. Like temporary situation is that I'm reading a book, but I'm not reading it right now in front of you. But somewhere, whenever I get time, I read the book. Right? Then comes the temporary habits. Temporary habits, like we have this habit of, like, for the time being I'm doing this, for the time being I'm doing that. So that indicates that some temporary thing that we are doing, things that I am not, things that I don't do, but I'm doing only for some time, not for long. Okay, like I said, that I'm studying to become a doctor. See, so if I'm studying to become a doctor, definitely that means I am associated with some subject that is related to biology or chemistry, right? Because I'm studying to become a doctor, I got this wonderful idea in my mind. That was like, why not I get associated with some school? I've got knowledge to give to the students. I can help them out. I can mentor them to become doctors in the future, right? So what I've done is that I have actually joined a school that's nearby my place. So will I be teaching there for long? No. Will I be employed with the school? No. Yes, I will be employed there, but temporarily, not for the lifetime, because my aim is to become the doctor. But at the same time, I want to be associated with the school because I want to learn the new things happening in that particular field or subject related to that particular field, right? So what I will do is that what I did rather, I got associated with this particular school, and therein I'm teaching for the time being. That means I am there not for long, for a short period of time. Temporarily, I am associated, or rather, I have associated myself with this school, and I am learning new things, new development, which I might not be able to do when I am studying for my, for my MBBS examination. So in that regards, I will be using the terms like these days, or at the moment, or for the time being. Okay. So this way we use present continuous tense to indicate some temporary habits, or we use that present continuous tense for future uses, right? To indicate definite future arrangements. And what are the definite future arrangements? Definite future arrangements are those wherein the event is destined or bound to happen, that is planned. Okay, so like my friend who is coming over to meet me tomorrow, so what I will, the sentence that I will use to to address this kind of situation is that I am meeting my friend tomorrow. So I am meeting my friend, that continuous in normal form, in present form, and for its future use, I have added tomorrow. I am meeting my friend tomorrow. So now it becomes, we have used the present continuous tense in its future perspective. Or I am going to a party tomorrow. Right? I am going to a party, that is the present continuous form normal. But by simply adding this word tomorrow, I have made it into a future use with the present continuous form. Right? Now comes the very important part. If you understand this equation, then I think you will be able to solve, or rather, not solve, you will be able to understand everything in tenses, because this particular equation of formation of speech, or sentence that is there everywhere in tenses, be it simple or indefinite or continuous or perfect continuous, right? The only thing is that according to the requirements or uses, the helping or auxiliary verbs and the verb changes, right? Most of the sentences have the same thing. They have got subject in the starting, they've got object in, then they've got verb in it, or with the verb could be the ing in the ing form or the ed form, right, in the past participle mode. Okay, and then there will be the be verbs in the same manner. So you might think that they might look like almost the same, but there are just small changes, okay, here and there, that makes the whole difference. Okay, so formation is subject plus the be verb plus the verb in the ing. Be verb first form is the action verb. Action is what? Wherein something is being done by the subject physically. Okay, and then the object, the receiver of the action. Okay, what are the be verb that we will be using in this regard? Is is am are, right? With am we'll be using I in the singular. Again, with is also we'll be using he, she, it. So technically, with is and am, we will be using I, he, she, it in the singular. With are, we'll be using we, you, they in the plural. All right. Like for example, I am reading an article. She is reading an article. He is going to the library. I am going to the library. They are coming for shopping. We are going for shopping. Okay. Now, there are some times when we use the negative sentence because we cannot be saying yes to everything in life. There are few things we'll have to say no, not, or never. For our for our benefit. Suppose I don't feel like going to some particular place. I have a very big task to do because I have to prepare content for all you lovely learners. So I have to prepare content, and somebody tells me, "Yeah, Nikhil, come on, we'll be going to a party tomorrow evening. So you will have to come with us." So in that case, I will have to say no. I can't. No, I won't be going with you tomorrow morning, tomorrow evening for the party because I have some work to do. So there are some instances wherein we use negative sentences. Okay. And what do? We use no, not, or never in making such kind of negative sentences. And what happens and how the normal sentences are converted into negative sentences by simply adding no, not, or never, wheresoever no is required or not is required or never is required between the be verb and the main verb. Okay, we use no or not only for a temporary situation, right? For some time, not always. We use never for those situations wherein we are not going to do anything again. If I say that no, I will never be going with you, that means I will never be going with you. That means it will never happen in the future that I will be ever be going with you. But if I say no, no, I am not going with you, no, I'm not going with you, that means that is a temporary situation wherein I'm using the negative sentence. But when I say never be going, that means never again in future that I'll be going with you. So that way. Suppose for this particular sentence, we are going to watch a movie. That's a normal, a present continuous sentence. We are going to watch a movie. But now I have to convert it into a negative sentence. So what I'm doing is that I'll have put this not in between the be verb and the verb in the ing form. So the be verb that we are using here, because we are using we, so the be verb will be in the plural, that will be are here, and not will come immediately after that, and there is this going, that's a physical action that is being done, going to a movie. So we are not going to watch a movie. You are behaving well. You are not behaving well. Then we come to the interrogative sentences. These sentences start with the helping verb. These sentences start with the helping verb. That means we have got these helping verb that help the subject to do the action with the name of that action on the object, the receiver of the action. So the only minor change that happens in this whole equation is that the helping verb comes in place of the subject, because most of sentences start with the subject doing the or the doer of the action. All right. So such kind of interrogative sentences are made by simply starting with the helping verb, the be verbs, then the subject, then the verb in the ing, and then the remaining part of sentence or the object. Okay. Suppose I'm saying that you are playing. This is a normal present continuous sentence. But if I were to convert it into an interrogative sentence, I will do what? I will do just simple thing. I will interchange the place of the subject and the helping verb, and in the end, I will put the sign of interrogation, which is called the question mark sign. That means that I'm asking a question to someone. You are playing together. Are will take place of the subject. Subject will come in place of the helping verb, so it will become are you. Then the remaining part of the sentence remain the same. Are you playing together? Question mark. That means I'm asking a question that are you really playing together? That means are these two people seriously or genuinely playing together or not? That I am asking a question. All right. He is working for his project. Is he working for his project? Okay. Then we come to the past continuous. Okay. Past continuous is used to describe past action that lasted for a period of time. That means they started in the past at a particular point in time, then they got continued for a particular time in the past. Okay. Past was not past, that was the present, but because as time moved on, that became in the past. The move on in terms of time or date, that action that happened in the present then is now the past. Okay, so past continuous tense is used to describe past actions that lasted for a period of time. All right, you getting the idea, na? So good. Suppose I say like I was studying, I am studying to become a doctor. So definitely I must be studying whenever I get time, or in the evening or in the morning. So there might be cases wherein I am studying and I got disturbed by a call that was made to me by someone, because no one knows that what time I'm studying. Okay, so they'll call me. Maybe some of my friends would call me to discuss some doubts here and there. Okay, so if I say I was studying when she called, that means there was some action in the past that was going on, or that lasted for a period of time. Because if I'm studying, that doesn't mean that I'll just open the book and browse through the content and then close the book. Definitely I'll open the book, then I'll study the topics and the various things, all right, before finishing off with my things. All right, so I was studying when she called. Were you watching, or I was watching TV when she called? These were some past actions that were going on before some interruption came in between. All right. Now, where do we use past tense? Rather, past continuous tense, to show or indicate some interrupted actions in the past. Like I was listening to music, so I didn't hear the alarm. There was some alarm that had gone off, maybe some fire alarm, some kind of alarm. But I didn't hear that because I was listening to music. I put on some loud music in my room, so I didn't hear the alarm. Okay, so my action, interestingly, got interrupted, so to speak, because of that alarm. Hmm? We also use past continuous tense to indicate specific time of an interruption. Like for instance, last evening at 6 p.m., I was watching a movie. Right? It could be a response to a particular question that was asked to me by someone. That what were you doing last evening at 6 p.m.? So I said, oh, okay. See, last evening at 6 p.m., I was watching a movie. Okay, specific type of interruption. Then parallel action. See, parallel action could be that I am taking a class and at the same time I'm watching my mobile phone. I'm hiding it under a table, and I'm actually playing with a mobile phone as if I'm as I'm speaking to you. At the same time, I'm doing some chatting stuff on my mobile phone, because we people are very uh, we get distracted so easily because of this gadgets and all those things. That we tend to forget to live in the moment. So it could be the parallel action of that. I was playing with my mobile phone while taking my class online. Right? That's a very bad thing to do. Never do it, because I know a lot of students are doing this. They attend the class online, but then at the same time, on a different window on their smartphones, they are doing their social networking kind of stuff, which is not good, right? So formation of past continuous tense. We had subject in the present. Now here also subject, be verb, ing, object. Everything is the same. Only the be verb will change its form. There we had is, am, are. Here we have was and were, because we are talking about past. So was and were is the past form of is and are. Okay. So with was we will use I, he, she, it, and with were we will use we, you, and they. See, all the things are the same. Was is singular, I, he, she, it. There we were using is and am. Here, there we used are with the plural. Here we use were with the plural, with we, you, and they. Like I was reading an article. He was going to the library. They were going for shopping. Okay, so this is the equation that will help you throughout this whole session and throughout the tenses. And if you actually get put and get these two topics done properly, verb and verb based time method, which is called as tenses, then you will become an amazing public speaker, because public speaking is nothing, just proper presentation of your thoughts, packaged wonderfully in words, the arrangement of words which will give a proper meaning. All right. So negative sentences, again, no, not, and never comes in between the helping verb and the be verb, and the main verb. And the main verb is in the ing form, because we're talking about the continuous part, continuous progressive. That is, like, we were not playing together. We were, but we were not playing together. When put it in, you were listening to the teacher carefully. You were not listening to the teacher carefully. You were is the helping verb here. Not comes in between the verb, the helping verb, and the main verb. The main verb is the ing, which is listening. So you were not listening to the teacher carefully. Interrogative sentence, again, the sentence starts with the helping verb, right? Like, for instance, the sentences start with the helping verb, and in the end, we have got the sign of interrogation. Okay, only the subject and the helping verb will interchange their positions, and the remaining part of sentence will remain the same. Like, you were playing together, again, were you playing together? She was performing on the stage. Was she performing on the stage? See, the only difference in this whole sentence is that you got the helping verb with which the sentence starts, and you got the subject that takes place, changes place with the helping verb. Then we have finally come to the last topic, which is the future continuous. Okay, future continuous tense is used to show that something will happen, continue to a particular event or time in future. Okay, like this class will last for 60 minutes. 60 minutes. This class will last for 5 minutes. For 2 weeks, it has been raining since Friday, right? So this way, future continuous is used. The form is subject plus will have been, verb ing, and the remaining part of sentence. Like, for example, they will have been talking for an hour by the time Rohan arrived. That means they would have continued to talk for 2 hours before Rohan arrives. Okay, this is the past form that I've used, but if it was supposed to be in the future form, then the correct formation of sentence will be they will be talking for. Then the usage part. Where do we use future continuous tense? We use future continuous tense to describe to describe the uninterrupted actions in the future. And why uninterrupted? Because we are not so sure that whether the uninterrupted action to whether, because we don't know, this is the future thing, we don't know whether the interruption will be there or not. That is why we are saying the uninterrupted action in the future. Okay, like for example, when you come in the evening, we will be playing the video game. And when you come in the evening, we will be playing the video game. Or to express actions in progress at a specific time. Like for instance, at 8 o'clock tomorrow, we will be having our doubt clearing class. Or at 8 o'clock tomorrow, we will be watching a movie. Okay. Then in the third, to refer to actions that are happening now and are expected to continue in the future. Like we all know that because of this pollution level, the snow peaks are melting, the glaciers are melting, and they will and see, because this pollution thing is not a thing that will happen overnight. We won't be able to clear out the environment, the pollution, the gases overnight. So that will take some time for completion. That is why the statement goes that sea levels will still be rising in the next 20 years, or maybe, or also sea levels will still be rising in 20 years. Okay. Or to ask questions politely about the future, like will you be attending the class tomorrow, will you be will you be helping me with the project? That's a polite way of asking question. Whenever you want to ask some questions politely, then we always make use of the helping verb with which the starting happens. Will you be helping me with this? Will you be helping me with my home course? So that way. Or to emphasize on definite future plans and intentions. So, what are definite future plans and intentions that are planned, pre-planned, and that are definitely going to happen, right? Like they will be coming to our place next month. That means they are going to come to see us next month. That is a pre-planned and definite program that they will be coming. Okay, or to describe a particular atmosphere in future. Like we have this party. Definitely, what do we do in a party? We have fun, we enjoy a lot, there is a lot of loud music going on, we have people dancing on the floor. So to describe some atmosphere in the future, so suppose for this party that will be happening tomorrow evening. Okay, so I'm imagining myself over there. Like when I reach at the party, everyone will be enjoying or everyone will be dancing. So that's, I am actually describing a definite future. I know what will happen in the party. We all know what happens. There's no one who goes to the party and sits on a table, in a pensive mood, polite, absolutely quietly in the corner of the room without talking to anyone. That doesn't happen. So the actual atmosphere that happens in a party like atmosphere is the dancing. When I reach at the party, everyone will be enjoying or dancing. Now this is the equation which has been haunting us from the first slide we discussed. The formation of future continuous tense. Again, you have the subject. Again, you have the helping verb. But the helping verb here is not is, am, are, not was and were, but here it will be will and shall. Then we have got have plus been. For not for all occasions, but for some occasions we use have been. Okay. Then the verb ing, and then the remaining part sentence. So, so if I was to tell you about some participation in a concert that will be happening in the future, okay, and I have given my name as a participant in that, so that means that I will be participating in that particular event. So if I were to actually that I shall be participating in the concert. I shall be participating in the concert. Okay. or if I'm waiting for somebody at the gate, or if I intend to meet somebody, then I'll say that he will be waiting for you at the gate. All right. Now again the negative sentence comes. And what happens in a negative sentence? We use no, not, or never. Okay. And what happens? We use the negative word and the negative word no or not or never, depending how it is used. That comes between the helping verb and the be verb. So the helping verb here is will and the be verb is be. So if I say he will be waiting for you, that's a future use. He will be waiting for you. But now here I add a not in between the be verb and the helping verb. So he will not be waiting for you. See, in all the other occasions, there was the use of no and not between the be verb and the main verb. Here it will be the helping verb, which is will, and there will be a be verb, which is be, and there will be this no, not, or never in between the helping verb and the be verb and the remaining part of sentence, which contains the verb first form. He will not be waiting for you. Okay? He will be waiting for you, he will not be waiting for you. Then we come to the last part, which is the interrogative sentences. So interrogative sentences are nothing but the questions that actually ask, or that demand some answer. Like such kind of sentences start with the helping verb. See, we had the equation which was subject plus will or shall, then have been the verb ing, then the remaining part or the object, the receiver of the action. Okay. And at the end, we have the sign of interrogation, which is the question mark. And only the subject and the helping verb interchange their positions. Otherwise, the whole sentence remains the same. So, for a sentence that they will be playing together. So, they will be playing together is a normal future continuous tense. But if I were to convert it into interrogative sentence, then the helping verb will come in place of the subject, and the subject will take the place of the helping verb, and then the remaining part of the sentence will be there. So they will be playing together becomes will they be playing together with the sign of interrogation in the end. Okay. So they will be playing together, will they be playing together is the new sentence in the interrogative form that will be used in such kind of scenarios wherein making such interrogative sentences out of the existing future continuous tense. Right. So with this, we come to the end of this wonderful demo session that was on tenses, and more specifically on the continuous or the progressive part of these tenses. Right. So it has been a very good session, and it was good to see a lot of interaction from everyone. And there is one thing that we have promised, that for every individual who joins demo session, you will be getting the certificate of participation to have participated in this particular demo session. But for that to happen, you need to enter in your name, your email address, and your contact number. All right. So you can enter your email, your name, your contact number in this particular message box here that you can see, so that we will be able to send your certificate of participation in the email, right? And for other ways of getting in touch with us is the email address that you see in the screen is support@millionlights.university, or our number 9890122592. You can contact to us, get in touch with us through this email address, or call us, or you can get connected to us via WhatsApp. Okay, so there are a lot of ways to get connected to us and benefit from such kind of wonderful course that we have designed to help you out in your pursuit of excellence and self improvement. Right. With this, I end this session, and it was a really good time that I had spent with you all, and I'm looking forward to see you all again. Okay.